In today's video, I'm sharing 9 ways that we can make our cheap, or let's call it frugal jewelry, look expensive. Specifically, what kind of jewelry to wear and how to wear it to make it look like they cost a lot more than they have. My last video on jewelry trends was a big hit, and I thought I would follow up with more delicious sparkles. And starting with favorites, choose lab-created jewelry. This is my go-to #1 best advice. Look for alternative gemstones and diamonds that are still real stones but artificially created in the lab instead of mined. And on this topic, I have some pieces here to show you from Miss Blue. They specialize in Moissanite, which is lab-created diamonds. Now, I've heard, probably like you, of this trend gaining popularity a few years ago, but I haven't seen them in person until now. Doing research on the Moissanite, some say that this lab-created diamond looks better than the real diamonds, flawless in color. They are incredibly sparkly and durable. In fact, if diamonds are the hardest material in the world, then Moissanite is second place, which makes it pretty much unbreakable. It is a fraction of the price, and the only complaint that I read about it is that it's overly shiny. Now, I don't know about you, but I thought that was the whole point of jewelry, to be shiny, but to each their own. This particular one here I chose for the unique stone shape, and I didn't have the French Marquise cut before, so it's a nice welcome to my collection. Now, of course, you can choose them as engagement rings, but ladies, we're in 2023. I'm pretty sure we can buy our own, especially that they're so affordable. I've also been purchasing lab-created gemstones for years. This one over here is an example of the emerald gemstone with white lab-created sapphires. Now, I like to slowly build up on my collection. I usually choose a color and then gradually shop for pieces in this color, or that I recommend buying for when it's gifting time. Now, right now, I'm in the emerald phase. Replace the stamen pieces with layers. We all have or had at some point those big and bold necklaces that overtake the entire cleavage and look shiny and heavy and give off the look at me feel. Let's put that away and instead opt for simple, dainty layers. Choose 3 necklaces without a pendant in different styles and lengths, just enough so they don't clash over each other, and wear them together. It's an unstated, chic look without looking overpowering. If it's real gold, even better. I like the diversity in designs and thickness here, but it should be something that you already have. Most necklaces come with pendants. Just remove them and see how a couple of them look together without anything dangling. Alternatively, there are simple necklaces already built in with layers, with 1 or 2 strands of different lengths, so it always sits at perfect distance from each other. I like this one over here. It has a few statement lab sapphires added. It still maintains the simplistic look, but without looking overpowering and cheap. Let's bring back gold, and here I'm talking about the gold shade. We now have gold-plated watches or rose watches, which can easily be matched with stud earrings for the classic preppy look. A button shirt, pumps, tailored pants, and it's the timeless, effortlessly chic outfit. And sometimes you don't need more than this. Now, while matching the jewelry to your skin undertone is important, I think overall gold looks good on most people. It's like a nice tan and flatters most everyone. I'm cool toned and I still wear gold and silver shaded jewelry to match my clothes. Now, this detail is what matters most to me to create a cohesive image. Less is more. We've heard this before, haven't we? It applies to so many things in the fashion world, doesn't it? I still see women wear what seems like their entire collection of bracelets all at once, or rings. And I know we talked about layers, but there is such a thing as too much of a good thing. Focus on one item you want to highlight and make sure every other piece is in a supportive role. Think about it as you have your main character and the supportive characters, which can't outshine the main one. So here, for example, I have this beautiful sapphire bracelet, which clearly has the main stone of considerable size and color. Now, I want to look at the shape and size of the rest of the gemstones. They align beautifully behind it, emphasizing it in subtle contrast. Now, with such a beautiful bracelet, I wouldn't wear anything else on my hand. No other bracelet or rings. I'm a big ring fan and almost always wear one on the right hand unless I want the bracelet to be centered. I don't want to look like a show-off, which is what nowadays people perceive if wearing too much. Can we talk about charms? First of all, I never ever wore them or have. They are not bad. It's up to personal taste, of course, but I formed my opinion early on, unfortunately, with the Pandora bracelets. And I'm sorry that I'm calling them out, but at one point in 2012, I believe they were incredibly popular. They were overpriced then, I think something like $50 a charm. They may still be now. Now, it was a great business model, making you come back to collect more charms, from your dog to ice cream, your favorite hobby, to travel destinations, to the number of kids and pets you have. Sort of like the car decal stickers you see posted. It's not very charming. It looks pretty cheap and they seldom have real resale value. But if you really want to collect, why not pearls on a strand? One for each member of your family. Next tip on how to wear jewelry to look expensive is to always consider your clothes when choosing the jewelry. I talked about the V-neck line, how it can be used as a frame to your necklace, especially with an elongated style. Now, if the design of the clothes is really puffy or layers, or has ruffles or sheer with layers, wear minimal jewelry that doesn't clash and touch with the clothes. It's the yin-yang effect. Jewelry must be worn in tandem to match the clothes in style, color, and opposite volume. Next one goes without saying. It's about imitations. Avoid them at all costs. I would generalize this to everything fashion related. I am 100% against dupes or fakes, and I'm embarrassed to say how many of these brands are out there because they are reaching out to me. Please don't buy anything fake that is pretending to imitate well-known brands. If you can't afford a real one, buy lesser-known brands that offer the same quality, the good quality. Also, remember that the majority of the population can't afford Chanel earrings, and it's okay. We can survive without them. You can clearly see the logo of the brand that they try to copy. It's probably matte and looks like brass. So a general rule would be to look where you buy from. If you do indeed want the authentic piece, go directly to the brand store or official website. There are no shortcuts here, and counterfeit producers are getting better and better at this. The next tip I read about, which I haven't tried yet, is to mix different textures, natural materials. Sounds interesting, I have to admit. I'm thinking this is a casual rustic look. I do like a nice leather strip and wood as well in the summer months for a tropical getaway perhaps. The main idea here is that natural materials in jewelry such as freshwater pearls, even shark teeth, I've seen mixed with faux leather, look real and authentic, which is the sister of expensive. The last tip is from Princess Kate. I know that she's in a different dress code than most of us, but I must admit that seeing her so often with brooches made me really want to try one as well. I like the mobility of it, that you can place it anywhere on your jacket or your coat, unlike the rest of the jewelry, which is limited to your neckline or your hands. Most often we see them as heirloom gifts, and they are becoming more and more rare and increase their value. Don't you think? I may be old-fashioned here, but it's a statement of authenticity, and again, which has the best feature, the probability that no one else around you has this brooch. Thank you to Miss Blue for kindly supporting this channel with today's jewelry. Do check out their website for affordable lab-created jewelry. All their beautiful pieces are linked below for you. If you're unsure, all you need to do is just read the reviews. Don't forget, the discount code is Chicquette for 10% off site-wide. I do hope that you got something new out of this and can apply next time that you want to make cheap jewelry look more expensive. And if you haven't seen my jewelry fashion trends of 2023 video yet, it's coming up next. I'll see you there.